Hi everyone, I'm Mehrdad Naderi, and today I want to change the way you think about your career. Everyone keeps asking which jobs AI will destroy. I spent months with over 100 credible sources, from White House documents to the World Economic Forum, LinkedIn, Gartner, and PwC, chasing the opposite question: which jobs is AI creating? The answer is wilder than anything you would guess. Jobs paying $500,000 a year that didn't exist 5 years ago. A job the US government made mandatory by law, a job that went from a tweet to 1,000 hires in 10 weeks, and the job where you get paid to hack AI legally. Keep three numbers in your head: 170 million new jobs by 2030, 1.3 million AI jobs already created, and 76% of organizations now reporting a chief AI officer. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly where you fit into all of it. Every person and source I mention is linked in the description. When you hear AI and jobs together, what's the first feeling? Fear, right? That's the question everyone asks. Which jobs will AI kill? And it produces exactly three things: fear, scary headlines, and paralysis. A scared person doesn't move. The question that matters is the opposite one: which jobs is AI creating? That produces data, names, and a plan. The economist Richard Baldwin put the whole thing in one sentence at the World Economic Forum. And I want you to write this down. AI won't take your job. It's somebody using AI that will take your job. That sentence is the thesis of this entire video. Every major technology has run this play. The internet erased the switchboard operator but created web developers, SEO specialists, and cloud architects. Electricity, cars, smartphones, same story. AI is running it again, just faster. And here is a detail almost nobody mentions. These jobs are so new that the US Bureau of Labor Statistics has no official occupation code for them yet. Its own report admits AI moves too fast for its forecasting methods. Think about that. The jobs are outrunning the government's ability to count them. Let's start with the big picture. From the most credible labor survey on the planet, the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025. Over 1,000 global employers representing 14 million workers across 55 economies. This isn't a poll of influencers actually. It's the people who actually sign paychecks. Their projection: by 2030, 170 million new jobs created. And yes, 92 million displaced. I won't hide that number because the pattern inside it matters. The fastest declining roles are postal clerks, down 40%, bank tellers, down 35%, data entry clerks, down 34%, repetitive, predictable work. If a job can be described as a checklist, software will eventually run the checklist. But do the arithmetic. Net gain, 78 million jobs. That's roughly the entire population of Germany, I think, in net new work. One more precise number for the skeptics: AI and information processing specifically are projected to create 11 million jobs while displacing 9 million. Even AI alone builds more than it removes. Fun fact from the same report: the biggest net job destroyer isn't AI at all. It's robotics. Maybe you are thinking, projections are cheap. Anyone can draw a hockey stick. Fair. So let's only count what has already happened. LinkedIn's own data, presented at the World Economic Forum in January 2026 by Dan Shapiro, the LinkedIn's Chief Operating Officer. Today it's CEO. In just 2 years, the global economy added 1.3 million new AI jobs in titles that simply didn't exist before. AI engineer, forward deployed engineer, data annotator. On top of that, more than 600,000 new AI data center jobs, which are real work for electricians, technicians, and cooling specialists. No computer science degree required, actually. Independent sources say the same thing. Indeed reports AI mentioning postings hit 4.2% of all US job ads, 134% above pre-pandemic levels, while the overall market grew just 6%. Stanford's AI index shows AI skill posting up 55% in a single year. And the stat that stopped me cold: according to LinkedIn, 20% of US professionals today hold a job title that did not exist in the year 2000. 1 in 5. The job market is a river, not a lake. It never stopped moving. We just don't notice while we are swimming in it. Now, the hardest evidence in this whole section, every year LinkedIn publishes jobs on the rise, the 25 fastest growing jobs in America. And here's why I trust it. It's built on actual hiring, real people who really started these jobs, not opinions, not surveys, receipts. The 2026 list: number 1, AI engineer; number 2, AI consultant; number 4, data annotator; and number 5, AI and machine learning researcher. Let that sink in. 4 of the top 5 jobs in America are AI jobs. And it's not a fluke. On the 2025 list, AI engineer was also number 1 and AI consultant number 2. LinkedIn itself noted that almost half the jobs on that list didn't exist 25 years ago. One data point is a dot. 2 years of the same pattern in real hiring data is a line. And a line through the top of the American job market means the structure itself is changing. So let's map that new structure layer by layer. So you don't get lost in job titles. I've organized this entire new economy into a 5-layer map. This map is the backbone of everything that follows. Layer 1, the leaders, the people who decide where AI sits in a strategy. Chief AI officers, heads of AI, and, believe it or not, national AI ministers. We are getting there. Layer 2, the builders, the engineers who turn models into products that actually work, like AI engineers, agent engineers, forward deployed engineers. Layer 3, the guardians, the people who make sure this new power doesn't blow up in our faces, like governance leads, AI auditors, red teamers, safety researchers. Layer 4, the shapers, the human layer everyone forgets, conversation designers, knowledge architects, AI trainers, data annotators. If you can't code, this layer is your door. And layer 5, the multipliers, actually the consultants and AI sales professionals who carry all of this into thousands of ordinary companies. More than 20 verified job titles across 5 layers. We start at the top where the money and the decisions actually live. Meet the most important new job in the world, the Chief AI Officer, the CAIO, a brand new chair at the executive table, right next to the CFO and the CTO. What does this person actually do all day? 4 missions. One, they own the AI strategy. They decide where AI gets used across the whole company. And just as importantly, where it doesn't. 2, they keep a live inventory of every AI system the company runs, because you can't govern what you can't see. 3, they manage risk and compliance, bias, safety, legal exposure, and a tidal wave of new regulation. 4, they prepare the workforce, which every CAIO will tell you is the hardest part. And the technology is easy, but people are hard. Now the number you have been waiting for, the best data that exists, Heydrich and Struggles compensation survey of 318 executives, published February 2026, says median total compensation for a US chief AI officer is $500,000 a year. At companies above 50 billion in revenue, the median base salary alone is 400,000 before bonus and equity. $500,000 for a job that didn't exist a decade ago. And here is the twist. The biggest employer that made this job mandatory isn't a tech company at all. Listen closely, because this is the strongest evidence in the entire video, stronger than any statistic. March 28, 2024, the White House Office of Management and Budget issues memorandum M2410. I read the full text. The link is in the description. It says in plain legal language, the head of every covered federal agency must designate a chief AI officer within 60 days. 60 days, not a suggestion, not a pilot program. Law for the entire United States federal government. The same memo mandated AI governance boards at every major agency, chaired by the deputy secretary, with the CAIO as vice chair. A whole ecosystem of accountability, not just one title. Then something happened that means even more. The administration changed. The new one rescinded almost everything its predecessor wrote. But when it issued its replacement memo in April 2025, it kept exactly one thing intact. Every agency must retain or resignate a CAIO. When two rival governments that agree on almost nothing agree on a brand new job, that job has stopped being politics. It has become infrastructure. The result, more than 57 federal chief AI officers. NASA has one, The FDA has won. CISA has won. The Pentagon built an entire office for it. And the workload is real. Federal AI use cases grew from 710 in 2023 to over 3,600 in 2025. 5x in 2 years. Now the private sector, with names and dates, all verified against the company's own announcements. 2023 was the spark. Accenture appointed its first chief AI officer ever, Langwan. You can find her on LinkedIn alongside a $3 billion bet on data and AI. Dell named its first CAIO the same year. Jeff Boudreau, and JP Morgan, America's biggest bank, put Treza Heisenrether in charge of AI across the entire firm. 2024, Mastercard created a brand new chief AI and data officer role for Greg Ulrich. NASA appointed the first chief AI officer in its history, David Salvanini. Think about that. The agency that put humans on the moon decided it needed a new kind of leader for this. In 2025, Walmart, the largest private employer on earth with over 2 million people, created an EVP of AI, created the role actually, and hired Instacart's former product chief, Daniel Danker, to fill it. And in 2026, the most conservative industry of all folded, European banking, HSBC announced its first chief AI officer, David Rice, in March. Weeks later, Lloyds hired Samir Gupta as chief data and AI officer. Watch the pattern: consulting, then tech, then payments, then retail, then banking. When the industry whose entire business is trust and regulation creates a new seat at the top table, the experiment is over. This is standard row. And this is actually standard. Yeah. So how common is this job, really? Let me be completely straight with you and show 3 different numbers, because the honest answer depends on how you count. And the gap between the numbers is itself a lesson. The high end, IBM's study of 2,000 CEOs across 33 countries, May 2026. 76% of organizations say they have a CAIO, up from 26% 1 year earlier, tripled in a year. Kavit, it's self-reported and it counts any senior executive accountable for AI. The middle, a benchmark of Fortune 1000 class companies, found 38.5% have formally appointed one, up from 33. Another survey of IT leaders says 16% hired, 40% actively looking. The strict count. If you only count the literal title, Chief AI Officer, on business cards, it's still rare. But even that strictest possible count grew 70% in 1 year. And in fairness, the counter argument. A Gartner analyst told CNBC he doubts the standalone title goes fully mainstream because a new C-suite seat is expensive. Gartner also found 70% of chief data officers simply absorbed AI strategy into their existing job. My read: argue about the job title all you want. The accountability is spreading everywhere. And all three tape measures point the same direction, up. Let me go to the next slide. I still think this is corporate fashion. Governments built the same job, and the first mover did it so early it sounds made up. October 2017, 5 years before ChatGPT, the United Arab Emirates appoints the world's first Minister of Artificial Intelligence, Omar al-Ulama. He was 27 years old. 27. Can you believe it? Most of the world hadn't taken AI seriously yet, and a 27-year-old got a cabinet seat for it. He's still in the role today and is still active on X at Omar S. al-Ulama. If you want to see how a national AI minister thinks, this is important. Looking back, that strange appointment was the most far-sighted hire of the decade, I think. Then the wave. Saudi Arabia established its National Data and AI Authority, SDAIA, by royal decree in 2019. Singapore launched a national AI office the same year. The UK created its AI Safety Institute in 2023, where the government stress tests frontier models before the public meets them. The European Union stood up the EU AI office in 2024 to enforce the AI Act. France appointed a minister for AI in 2024. Canada named its first Minister of AI and Digital Innovation in May 2025. 7 governments, 4 continents, 1 message. AI stopped being an IT topic and became a leadership topic. Now let's meet the people who turn all this strategy into working software, the builders. Layer 2, the builders, and the undisputed king of the layer, the AI engineer. What do they actually do? In plain language, they connect AI models to a company's real data and real systems and ship products that work. Fast, safe, and affordable. Here's the difference from classic software engineering. There is a non-deterministic creature sitting in the middle of your system. Ask it the same question twice. You might get two different answers. Taming that creature is the entire craft. You have seen the demand, number one job in America, 2 years running. Now the pay from levels.fyi, the most trusted salary source for engineers. AI focused engineers at top US companies average $245,000 a year. The broader market is lower, around 106,000 on ZipRecruiter. So know the whole range, roughly 100 to 20 to 250K, depending on company and the level. And this chart is the one to remember. The AI premium grows with seniority. Entry levels 6.2% above non-AI peers. Senior 14, staff level 18.7. At Intuit, staff AI engineers average about $917,000, nearly double their non-AI colleagues. Same building, same badge. One honest warning, the entry level premium is shrinking from about 11% to 6% in a year. The market has stopped paying for knowing AI. It pays for judgment applied to AI. Park that thought. We will come back to it. Now, three brand new species of engineer. You are watching professions being born in real time. And I can timestamp each birth. First, the forward deployed engineer. Instead of sitting at headquarters, they embed inside the customer's organization and make AI work in that customer's messy reality. Half engineer, half consultant, full translator. Palantir invented the role around 2011, but 2025 was the explosion. Postings grew more than 800% in 9 months. Indeed counted 643 US openings in April 2025 and 5,330 a year later. OpenAI built its entire enterprise business around FDEs. And Anthropic pays them roughly $200,000 to $300,000. Remember Sam Altman's line from his January 2025 essay. We may see the first AI agents join the workforce in 2025. Someone has to deploy those agents. This is who? Second, the agentic AI engineer. Agents are AI that doesn't just talk. It does. Researches, writes code, uses tools, finishes multi-step work. Stanford's AI index shows agentic skills up more than 280% in 1 year. Roughly 90,000 US openings. Gartner expects 70% of AI applications to be multi-agent by 2028. We are in inning one. Third, my favorite story in the entire video, the context engineer. June 19, 2025, Shopify's CEO Tobi Lutke at Tobi on X tweets that he prefers the term context engineering over prompt engineering. The art of providing all the context for the task to be plausibly solvable by the LLM. 6 days later, Andrei Karpathy at Karpathy replies +1. 10 weeks after that, Cognizant, a company with hundreds of thousands of employees, announces it will train and deploy 1,000 context engineers. A tweet to 1,000 corporate jobs only in 10 weeks. Nothing in the history of work has been born that fast. Now the most honest part of this video. The story of a job that rose like a rocket and fell like one too. The prompt engineer. If you remember one lesson from me today, make it this one. 2022. The title is born in early OpenAI and Anthropic job listings. The craft. Writing clever instructions for AI models. January 2023, Andrei Karpathy tweets 9 words that light the fuse. The hottest new programming language is English. The internet goes wild. 2023, full fever. Anthropic's famous posting offers up to $375,000 a year. Headlines everywhere. Learn prompting. It's the job of the future. March 2024, the cold shower. IEEE Spectrum, one of the most respected engineering publications on earth, runs a piece bluntly titled, AI prompt engineering is dead. VMware researchers had shown that prompts optimized by the model itself beats the best human written prompts in almost every test. The machine out-prompted us at our own game. 2025, the standalone title fades away. One CEO's quote became the epitaph. AI is already eating its own. Indeed, confirmed the role was dissolving into machine learning and automation titles. Today's median, about $126,000 to $131,000. Respectable. Nothing like the legend. Catch the nuance. Though the skill didn't die, it became everyone's skill, which is exactly why it stopped being a job. The lesson, and it's the lesson of this whole video, invest in skills that deepen as AI improves. Never in skills model update can swallow. Layer 3, the guardians and the secret hiding in plain sight. Regulation is creating jobs on a fixed calendar with literal dates. The EU AI Act, the world's first comprehensive AI law, took force in August 2024 and tightens step by step. prohibitions in February 2025, general purpose model rules in August 2025, and the big one, high risk system requirements in August 2026. The penalty for getting it wrong, up to 35 million euros or 7% of global revenue, whichever is higher. 7% of global revenue for a large company. That's billions with a B problem. Alongside it, ISO 42001, published December 2023, the first certifiable AI management standard. Just like companies get ISO certified for quality, they will now be audited and certified for how they run AI. The big audit firms are already building those practices. So, who does this work? Brand new professions. From the IAPP's salary survey of 1,600 professionals in 60 countries, AI governance lead, median $151,800. Technical AI governance roles, median $221,000. AI ethicists, sorry, 120 to 186,000. And McKinsey found 13% of companies hired AI compliance specialists in a single year. Here is why I love these roles for career changers. They are hype proof. If AI excitement cools tomorrow, the regulations don't evaporate. Compliance work grows in a downturn. This is the anti-bubble corner of the AI economy. And how the job I genuinely thought was a joke the first time I saw it. The professional AI attacker, the AI red teamer. These people get paid to break AI. That is the actual job description. Trick the model into revealing dangerous information, escaping its safety rules, leaking private data, or just behaving badly. Why would anyone pay for that? Because if your own people don't find the holes, criminals will. After launch, in front of millions of users, every security engineer knows this logic. AI just gave it a new playground. The receipts. Microsoft has run a dedicated AI red team since 2018 and has published its lessons from red teaming more than 100 generative AI products. OpenAI opened a global red teaming network in September 2023, inviting outside experts from chemistry to psychology to attack its models. Anthropic runs a full-time frontier red team probing national security level risks. And my favorite scene, DEF CON 2023, the world's biggest hacker convention. 2,200 hackers, 2,200 hackers with White House backing spent the weekend attacking the top AI models in the largest public red team exercise ever held. The government didn't shut it down, the government sponsored it. Remember the logic. Every new AI capability is a new attack surface. If you are in cybersecurity today, adding AI to your stack might be the single smartest career move of this year, actually. Layer 4 is the one drowned out by all the engineering noise. And for many of you watching this video, it's the best door in, because here words and judgment beat code. The conversation designer writes the personality of an AI assistant, how it greets you, how it apologizes when it hands you to a human. Salesforce's actual job listing says it creates the language, flow, and personality of AI interfaces. Personality as a job. This profession predates ChatGPT, born in the Alexa era, and the LLM wave multiplied it. The knowledge architect, a real KPMG title, shapes what an AI agent knows. Sorry. Every company's knowledge is scattered across wikis, inboxes, and people's heads. Someone has to turn that chaos into memory an AI can use. The AI trainer teaches models through expert feedback, the process the labs call RLHF. The scale will surprise you. On the Dell platform alone, over 70,000 AI trainers across 600 organizations. It's the platform's fastest growing job, up 283% in 1 year. Pay runs from $15 an hour for general work to over $100 for specialists. If you are a doctor, a mathematician, a lawyer, or a translator, AI companies will pay premium rates for your judgment from your couch. And the data annotator, the humble job of labeling what AI learns from, the number 4 fastest growing job in America. Now hold on tight, because behind that humble title hides one of the biggest deals in tech history. Look at these numbers. Then tell me data labeling is a simple job. You have probably never heard of Surge AI. No ads, no hype, almost no interviews. It coordinates more than 1 million contract annotators across 50 countries. Its 2024 revenue was $1.2 billion, bootstrapped, not a single dollar of venture funding. Its founder, Edwin Chen, at HN on X, became the youngest newcomer on the Forbes 400 list of richest Americans. He built a fortune on organized human judgment. And the deal that shocked the industry, June 2025, Meta paid $14.3 billion for 49% of Scale AI, a data labeling company. 14 billion. And here's the detail that ties this whole video together. As part of that deal, Meta made Scale's 28-year-old founder, Alexander Wang, at Alexander_Wang on X, its chief AI officer, the exact job title we opened this video with. The kid who built a labeling company now holds the most coveted new seat in tech. Why these insane numbers? Because the giants figured out that AI quality is downstream of human prepared data quality. In this race, training data is the oil. And these companies are the refineries, actually. The honest other side, MIT Technology Review has documented low pay and hard conditions at the bottom of this market in Kenya, the Philippines and Venezuela. And simple labeling is being automated. So my message is precise. The future belongs to the expert level. A doctor grading AI's medical answers. A lawyer stress testing its reasoning. Your deep expertise multiplied by AI. That's the winning formula. And because of that, I'm talking about 10xpros.com. Now the question you have been waiting for. What are these skills actually worth in cash? PwC answered it with the largest AI labor study ever conducted. Over 1 billion job ads, 6 continents. Workers with AI skills earn a wage premium over identical colleagues without them. 2023, 25%. 2024, 56%. Latest report, 62%. Not just high, accelerating. Because demand keeps outrunning supply. The same study says jobs requiring AI skills grow about 8 times faster than the overall market. And AI exposed industries show 3 times the revenue growth per employee. This money comes from real productivity, not vibes. And now the single most stunning statistic of this entire video from Microsoft and LinkedIn survey of 31,000 workers in 31 countries. 71% of leaders would rather hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills than a more experienced candidate without them. Read that again. AI skill now outranks years of experience. For everyone early in their career, the wall just cracked. 20 years of seniority no longer automatically beats you. And for everyone else, the flip side. 66% of leaders say they wouldn't hire someone without AI skills at all. NVIDIA's Jensen Huang captured the shift in 4 words at Computex. Everyone is a programmer. The barrier isn't syntax anymore. It's knowing what to build. This is no longer a competitive advantage. It's the ticket into the stadium. After all these jobs and numbers, let me do the thing most videos won't. Admit that not all of this survived to 2030. You watched the prompt engineer rise and fall in 3 years. So how do you tell durable from doomed? 3 tests straight out of this research. I call it the survival filter. Test 1. Does the job get deeper as AI improves, or is it racing against AI? AI engineering gets deeper with every model release. More systems, more architecture, more judgment. Prompt writing raced the model. The model won. Test 2. Is there a law or a deadline behind it? Governance, audit, and safety have statutory dates. Europe's August 2026, ISO 42001, the US federal mandate. A job backed by law doesn't die when the hype cools. Test 3. Does seniority compound? The AI premium grows at staff level and shrinks at entry level. And Stanford data shows employment of the youngest developers down neatly 20%. The market pays for judgment, not familiarity. Run the filter. Durable, AI and agent engineers. Governance, audit, safety, and red teams. CAIO and heads of AI. Expert AI trainers. Transitional, the standalone prompt engineer. Basic annotation, and any job whose entire content is knowing ChatGPT. Because 75% of knowledge workers already use AI at work. Knowing it isn't a skill anymore. It's literacy. And nobody gets paid extra for knowing how to read. This part is for you if you run an organization. 10 people or 10,000. Same memo. Consultant mode, brief and blunt. 3 facts. 1. 86% of employers worldwide expect AI to transform their business by 2030. And McKinsey says 88% of organizations already use it somewhere. 2. 2/3 of employers are hiring for AI skills right now. The talent war has already started, and you are in it whether you enlisted or not. 3. And most important, 93.2% of senior executives say the number one obstacle to AI in their organization is culture, not technology. Culture. And culture is not changed by buying software licenses. It's changed by an accountable person and the right structure, which is precisely what every role in this video exists to provide. Your 4-step playbook. 1. Name a single accountable owner for AI. The title doesn't matter. One throat to choke does. 10 scattered pilots with no owner is how AI budgets die. 2. Stand up an AI governance board, the exact template the US government mandated for itself. 3. Pick these use cases with measurable outcomes and kill every pilot that doesn't move a number within a quarter. Be ruthless. The pilot's graveyard is the most expensive real estate in corporate AI. 4. Train your people. 77% of employers already plan to. The question is, who does it well? And know the cost of waiting. 40% of organizations have already eliminated roles made obsolete by AI. The change is coming to your industry either way. You can be its designer or its material. And you, watching this and wondering, where do I start? Based on everything in this research, there is a realistic path for every background. Find yours. Software engineer, your route is AI engineering, then agentic systems. Learn the model APIs, retrieval, and evaluation. Build one real project, not 10 tutorials. Destination, the #1 job in America. What about data and analytics, MLOps, and AI platform engineering, where demand has tripled and every model in production needs you? Lawyer, auditor, compliance, or risk professional, honesty, the least crowded and best protected opportunity on this list is yours. AI governance and audit. Learn the NIST AI framework and the EU AI Act. Target credentials like IAPP's AIGP or ISO 42001 auditing. Medians of $151,000 to $221,000, with the law itself as your demand guarantee. Product manager or consultant, AI product management, or a specialist consulting. Warning: the generic AI consultant title is already crowded. Vertical depth is what gets paid. If you're a writer or designer, conversation and human AI interaction design, where language beats code. If you're a doctor, teacher, or expert in any field, become an expert AI trainer in your domain. $50 to over $100 an hour for judgment you already have. Want to keep learning from the best? Follow Andrei Karpathy at Karpathy and Wharton's Ethan Malik at EMOLLICK. Their feeds are free masterclasses. And also, we will help you on 10xpros.com. One golden rule ties every path together. Invest in judgment applied to AI, not familiarity with it. In 2 years, everyone has the familiarity. Judgment stays scarce, and the scarcity is what markets pay for. Okay, let me close with the sentence that made me stare at my screen for a full minute. Gartner, May 2026. Official research. Beginning in 2028, AI will create more jobs than it eliminates. But Gartner's own analyst, Kailin Lowmaster, added the honest second half. It's ultimately going to result in more job gains than losses. But in the process, it's going to break down millions of careers. Both halves are true, and which half of the sentence becomes your story is mostly a choice you make now. After months inside this research, here is my conclusion in one line. AI will not divide the world into employed and unemployed. It will divide it into people who redesign their work with AI and people who wait to be redesigned by someone else. Remember Richard Baldwin from the start. AI won't take your job. Somebody using AI will. In every technology wave, the winners were never the smartest people in the room. They were the earliest to move. I'm Mehrdad Naderi. If this video earned it, like it and send it to one person who is worried about their future. It might change their path. If you want to build AI era skills deeply and systematically, that's exactly what we do at 10xpros.com. Link below. And if you lead an organization and want this transformation designed properly, from strategy to roles themselves, my direct contact is in the description too. My question for you, which side of the line will you stand on? Tell me in the comments what you do today and which of these paths is yours. I read the answer, every single one. See you in the next video. Thank you.